All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're bringing you a weekly recap video, and we got a couple trades for you. We got about 3 or 4 trades that we'll talk about on EURUSD and the UK 100. What else? What else? We'll just talk about some trades, and I think I'm going to be making you guys a mini course too for supply and demand or a PDF or something like that because I know I get a lot of requests. So I'll talk about that at the end. I'm kind of in the middle of making that for everyone. But let's get this thing going. Let's just dive right into it. I know you guys love these types of trade reviews, talking about my setup, what I'm trying to do, and what I'm looking out for. So let's start with a loser. We started off the week trading with a loss on Tuesday. There was this Euro USD. That was how I had my zone drawn on the 4-hour. So basically what I had was prices coming back up into 4-hour supply up here. So what do I want to be doing? I want to be looking for selling opportunities. Why do I want to be looking for selling opportunities? Well, if we had to think about it, who's making these moves in the market, these imbalances, right? Who's making these strong moves down or these strong move up like this or like this, right? This is institutional buying and selling happening, right? These big moves, this is not retail traders making these moves in the market. So let's assume if they saw value at this point at one certain time, because clearly they did, then why shouldn't they see value again when prices come back up into that area of supply or demand? In this case, it's supply. So with that being said, we want to be a seller because institutions were looking to sell. Why do we know that? How do we know that? Is, well, look at the strength of the imbalance. Look how far this went down. Distance move away, the imbalance, how fast it moved, right? If there was balance, prices would have gone sideways like this. Right? I'm just showing you guys how supply and demand traders typically look at the market. They might look at it a bit different. They might draw zones like this. Some of them might just draw their zones like this. And some might draw them like that, maybe some like that. There is no best way. It always depends on how, your style of trading, I believe. Just make sure that you're consistent with it. So basically what I saw was prices coming back up into this area of supply on the 4-hour. So what do I want to be looking for selling? I will kind of gave you the answer. What do I want to be looking for? I want to be looking for selling opportunities when prices come back up into it. So prices came back up into this area of supply. So I wanted to be looking for shorting opportunities. So something that I did is I went down to the 15 minutes. Now I'm sure there was maybe some opportunities, maybe like up in here, or maybe up in here, or maybe taking this pullback back when prices came back up into it. But I wasn't looking at those areas. I was more interested in looking at this area. I was looking at this area because this is really where prices started the whole move down, with prices inside that 4-hour supply. So I saw prices inside that 4-hour supply. I saw the super strong move down, distance moved away and all that. And I saw kind of this upward trend, kind of just draw a general trend line like that. I saw that being broken, so that's why I wanted to be looking for selling opportunities. Ended up being a loser, right? Starting off the week with a loser, never a good sign. But at least it worked out. It stopped me out quickly. It didn't screw with me for an hour or a couple hours. Took me out almost right away, right? So another opportunity that I got into was, let's go with this. I posted this one on my Twitter. Was this 1-hour demand zone, right? I was looking at just straight up buying this 1-hour demand zone. Why? Well, let me just remove everything so it makes it look clear. This was the next trade, or one of the next trades that I was looking at, was this drop-based rally 1-hour demand zone. Now, why would I want to be looking for it? Because based on how I see my analysis, is when I have 3 rally-based rallies or drop-based drops in a row, I typically consider that an overextended market. So usually when you have 3 in a row, I consider it overextended, and then I will be able to draw a downward aggressive momentum line like that. Right? We have a drop-based drop, drop-based drop, drop-based drop. So that gave me the ability to draw a downward momentum line. Most people tend to go like this, and follow the swing highs and all that. Let's do that. And they draw their momentum lines like that, right? So I do that too, right? In this case, it might look like something like that for at that time. It might look like something like that for one time. But if we have 3 in a row, I typically consider it overextended, or I do call it overextended. So I draw a downward aggressive momentum line, and we call that elastic band theory or elastic band effect. So here I also saw 1 hour supply getting removed. So I was like, oh, you know what? This makes this zone that much better to just straight up take the zone on the 1 hour, right? We remove supply. We look at the quality of the imbalance. Look how strong this imbalance is, right? Most people that educate people on supply and demand and trading, I've noticed they really don't go into much detail, or they really don't dumb it down. I know it gets repetitive for me because I say the same thing over and over in almost every video, but it's got to be. If it's in trading, we've got to be repetitive, right? And you've got to basically talk to the people like it's their first time viewing your videos, right? The experienced people will pick it up quickly, but you've really got to assume that everybody's a first time listener, right? And it helps you guys. I think everybody in the group, they always tell me I dumb it down really well, and I simplify it for them. So, but it makes sense when you explain it like this. I don't just jump from one thing to another. I try to really take people through the steps and say, okay, what's happening at this point? What's happening at this point? Why is it doing this, right? And that's all stuff you need to consider. So obviously this is a super strong imbalance. The only way prices to go up like this is if there's more buyers than sellers, right? It's impossible. You think about it, it is literally impossible for prices to go up unless somebody's willing to buy it 1 pip higher than somebody else, right? Same thing if it's going down. There has to be more sell orders. If there's 1,000 sell orders here, and there's only 1 buy order, right? Prices have to go down to search for the next willing area of where somebody's willing to sell to those sellers. You understand? So basically, went into a lot of detail right there. So basically, we had a drop-based drop, drop-based drop, drop-based drop. We broke downward momentum, removed supply. So I was like, hey, you know what? I want to look for buying opportunity, or I want to take this buy straight up when prices come back down into it. I posted on my Twitter. I took the long right at the pullback, and then my target was just a quick one, was right there. I know some people that moved their stops to break even. Some people took their first target here, and their second target was like up here. I know some people that did their full target right here, right? And then their stops would have gotten hit at break even, right? So that was the next trade I took. And then funny enough, literally that same day, that's when I made a tweet talking about, I think I made 4.5% in like 50 minutes. So it's a pretty chill day. We were just talking in the voice chat, and it's a pretty easy day of trading. So what I did notice was prices came back down into this 1 hour demand zone. If prices are coming down into a 1 hour demand zone, what do you want to be doing? Do you want to be a buyer or a seller? You want to be not a seller, you want to be a buyer, right? So prices came down into the 1 hour demand, so I wanted to look for buying opportunities. I went down to the 1 minute, right? And I saw this 1 minute demand zone, right? This was the 1 minute demand zone. This was the other opportunity that I took in the same one, same trade, not same trade, I guess it's 2 trades, same pair, right? Euro USD buying in that same demand zone. One was just a straight up set and forget, and the other one was kind of this level sitting inside that 1 hour using that multiple time frame analysis, extra confirmation kind of, you could call it. So this 1 minute drop based rally is inside the 1 hour, right? So I wanted to take this pullback. So that's exactly what I did. Oh, I gotta hurry up because it's like 1:50 and we have our group trade review meeting. So I'll quickly finish this up. So prices came down into it. I bought it up down here, and I got out right here, something like that. I think my stop was a bit larger too, so it's not like I caught like a 4-to-1 or anything like that. I think I got out like somewhere like right there, to be honest with you. I think it was like a 1.5, I think, to 1. Yeah, it was 1.5 to 1. That's what it was. It's a shame because I wanted to get out before that supply zone. It's a shame because this thing would have just kept on going. I look like an idiot now, right? So let's keep going. UK 100. This was the one of the next trades I took. This was the same day. Yeah, this was part of my 4% day, I think. So something that I was doing was, hold up. Okay, yeah, right here. So we have prices coming into 1 hour, drop base, drop supply zone right here. Right, so it's like, hey, I wanted to try selling this 1 hour supply zone. So something I did was, yes, I went down to the 5 minute or 1 minute. I saw prices going back up into that. Yeah, here it is. So 1 minute. I kind of saw this happening. All right, I'm back. Whew, there was something that they were doing is teachers driving by because school's out for the past like month, right? And so the teachers are organizing like a drive-by to all the students. And like the whole block is outside cheering them on with their pots and pans, and they all have like confetti out shooting outside their car, you know, supporting the people. We miss you. You know, nothing but a bunch of brainwashed slaves, if you ask me. Whew, out of breath. All right, where was I? Sorry about that, but if you do hear anything in the background, that's clearly why. They have like 100 cars. All the teachers are going around the block. Where was I? Okay, yes, I was in supply. 1 hour. I took the short pullback back up into this 1 minute supply zone. Whew. 1 minute rally base drop. You know, super strong drop. Where was my target? My target was right before this. It's basically 2 to 1. I think it was like right here. It's a 2 to 1 risk to reward. Took the short pullback with prices coming back up into this 1 minute supply. Why would I want to be selling here? Because look what happened last time. But when prices were up at this area before, what did prices do? They dropped, right? And they continued to drop all the way down here. So that told me at this like period in time, there was a lot of sellers coming into the market. Why? I don't know. Maybe someone just wanted to sell. I don't really care. But all I see it as is somebody saw a lot of value at this area. It takes billions of dollars to move this price, right? It takes a lot of money. Retail traders are not making this move, right? So I see it as, well, if they saw value at that price at one time, why shouldn't they see it again, right? Prices are reacting off of that 1 hour supply. I'm not expecting this thing to go for 20 to 1, 10 to 1, or anything like that. It might just be a 1 to 1, 2 to 1, maybe a 3 to 1, and then I'm getting out, right? These lower time frame trades are typically not trades that I hold for a couple hours, okay? Besides that, I got 2 minutes until the Wednesday trade review session starts. Today is Friday, but usually, so Wednesdays we do our Wednesday trade review with the group where we bring up any question and answers or questions that they might have for the group or topics that were brought up and we talk about them. So I have a list of stuff that we need to go over for like an hour, 2 hours, however long it takes. But we're also going to go through each individual trade there's like 50 trades we got to go through up here throughout this week. So we're going to go through them, talk about good, bad trades, anything that was brought up. Go through my trades so that they can learn how to properly do it, right? And you might be thinking, Austin, you give out a lot of free shit. Why do you do it? That's good free shit. I mean, everything is out on the internet, but one of the perks of having the being in the group is obviously having access to me 24/7. Call me up anytime. Literally, just ring me up. I have no problem. Trade reviews, question and answers. You actually have the top down how to properly use the methodology and how to read the chart, if that makes sense, right? So we got that. Today's Friday. I'm also working, I told you guys at the beginning of the video, I was working on a course for you guys. So yeah, I'm working for like a mini course for you guys or maybe a PDF. I'm kind of just getting started with that. Maybe that will be out in a month or so. So anyways, I got to go. It starts in 1 minute. All right. Cheers. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.